everyone, today I've got a challenge lock. It's just a little bit different because it's two locks in one. It's got a padlock that is holding the core in place, so I can't pick this. I can't pick this until I remove this, because I can't even fit it in my vise with that on there. So let's go ahead and decode it. Just putting some tension on the shackle. Pretty heavy amount of tension. Alright, I felt a give as soon as it went to 5. Oop, move that bottom a little bit. It's hard to move these one at a time. Okay, I just felt a little click on it and a little give on the shackle. Keep these arranged here. They kind of want to jiggle around on their own a little bit. But just rotating around. This last one should open it. Oh. Nope, but I moved off of the 6, so let me move that back down. Oh, there we go. So, padlock decoded 565, and before I send it to somebody else, I'm going to reprogram the padlock. And set it over there. So I'm going to get this guy clamped in the vise and we can get picking. This lock has a little bit of a strange wording. I've tried picking it a few times already. And this little wording on the left, if I try to pick off of it, my pick slips off. But if I try to pick from the right, I wind up getting caught in some of this other wording over here, so I kind of found a little trick for it. Got a little piece of brass rod that I'll just slide right in there. And now I can pick from the dead center. So that kind of helps me out on that quite a bit. So I'm going to go with top of the keyway tension on this one with a standard Z-wrench. And, well, let's see if we can't get it open. Nothing on 1, nothing on 2. 3's binding, but nothing. Trying to get underneath a 4. Okay, got a click out of 4, another click out of 4. Okay, I'm going to come back forward. I did get a little click out of 1 and 3 just now. Not doing a very good job of calling out my pins right now. I'm going to switch picks to a slightly taller pick. I'm hitting that warding right now. Trying to get on the last pin. Got a little bit of counter rotation on there, but not enough to really rotate it back. Kind of the same thing there. It felt like pin 5 was doing the same thing. Pin 2 feels bound. I just got a click out of pin 1, I believe. Okay, a little bit of counter rotation on 6. Let's see if we can get it pushed in place. Hopefully I'm not pushing up on a piece of that warding. Because the front of this lock is deceiving. The front of this lock looks like you drive a Mack truck through it. The further back you get in the lock, the tighter it gets. Okay, just got a little bit more turn out of the core, but just off of 3. Okay, I think I finally got 5 this, or 6 this time. Okay, looks like 1 wants to go again. Okay. A nice click out of 1. Got my false set back. Okay, got a little click out of 3. A little click out of 4. Nothing on 5 or 6. I think there's 6 pins in here. Just looking for my feedback. I think I feel it right here on pin 5. Just trying to walk them up. There we go. Got a click out of them. Okay, got a nice little click out of 1, and I've gotten my false set again. I'm just double checking 1. 1 gets awfully springy once I set them. It's kind of weird. I think 6 dropped back down. I may have gotten it walked into place there. Alright, back to pin 1. Okay, and I've got a deeper false set. I'm gonna go back to my short hook. Just checking all the pins, looking for counter rotation. Not really feeling, okay, I just got 1 and went into a deeper false set. Okay, let me switch to a deeper hook. Something feels strange about pin 1. Like I keep sliding off of it. It must be way up there, sky high. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, just got to click out of 2 finally. Now something feels better. Maybe I didn't quite have, oh, there we go. So, got this bad boy open. I mean, it did help. I have picked this lock before. So I kind of knew what to look for, but this lock took several attempts to even get my first open on. That was what you saw there was about my 5th time opening this lock. So slightly rehearsed, but you know, guys, you can't always pick them cold the first time you see them. Sometimes you get locks that go to your naughty bucket, and if I didn't get it open this time, it was going to go to my naughty bucket. Okie dokie. And I can look way down in there, and that pin 1 is the shortest thing I've ever seen. It's serrated, reduced diameter on the top, standard, serrated, single serration, and a single serration. And the plug, I've got threads in every chamber except for chambers 2 and 3 look a little bit wallered out, almost like counter milling. Kind of like he went through there and cut one of the serrations out. So that would definitely cause a little bit different of a feel. All in all, PickME, this is a hell of a lock, man. This is the toughest one that I've picked from you for so far, actually. But, you know, I definitely have only picked about 5 of your locks, so... Definitely not gone through the whole library, and this is a really neat pin. It's a kind of a triple T pin with a really interesting spool on the top of it, but I'll zoom in on them here in a little bit, so I'll try not to spend too much time on it. It's got a really long spring in it. Two was a spool. Three was a serrated on one side spool with a copper spring. 4 is a really nice serrated pin. 5 is another serrated spool. And 6 popped out, but I didn't see which direction it came out. But I have to imagine it was back in there that way. Could have been that way, but PickME, let me know on that. I'm not really sure how that one came out. I didn't see it pop out. Let me try to get some of these springs out of here. Okay, there's a spring out of 6. There's a spring out of 5. PickME did put all different springs in here, and there's like a little bitty half spring here in 4. So let me see if I can get the one out of 2 first. Okay, there's a spring out of 2, and little bitty short spring popped out of 4 that I can't even pick up. There we go. Let's see if he made any modifications to the top here, and he did. I see threads in chamber 3, 5, and 6. Yep, 3, 5, and 6. Alright, so let me zoom in on these pins and show you what we got here. Pin 1 is a really nice little serrated guy, followed by this nasty looking driver pin right here. I really like this pin. It's kind of like a wedding cake, but with a spool on top. This is a reduced diameter on top, kind of tapered. This is a spool, kind of a short spool, standard, followed by this serrated spool. Really nice pin, nice serrations. Then I've got a double serrated key pin, and then this nice serrated pin here. Then we've got a single serrated key pin with another nice serrated spool, and then another single key pin, or serrated key pin with a another nice spool. Springs, we go from this guy over here, I'm not really sure what he's made out of, to a copper spring, another copper spring, a short copper spring, a brass spring, and a different type of copper spring. Let me just grab a magnet real quick, see if that one spring's magnetic. It'll tell me if it's steel or not. Yep, that's a steel spring. And now it's magnetized. Alright everyone, that was this double treble lock from PickME 1977. PickME, thanks for the lock. It gave me many hours of picking pleasure because it took me forever to get into this thing for the first time. Everyone else, please stay safe, don't do anything illegal, and please like and subscribe.